The Deccan Plateau, with its rugged terrain and fertile valleys, has been a witness to the rise and fall of numerous dynasties. Among these, the Kadambas stand out, not just for their military prowess, but also for their significant contributions to art, architecture, and literature. Emerging in the 4th century CE, they challenged the established order and carved out a kingdom for themselves in present-day Karnataka. Their story is one of resilience, adaptation, and a deep-rooted connection to their land and people. The Kadambas emerged during a period of political upheaval in the Deccan. The mighty Gupta Empire was expanding southwards, while local powers were vying for control. This dynamic environment provided an opportunity for ambitious rulers like Mayurasharma, the founder of the Kadamba Dynasty, to establish their own independent kingdoms. The rise of the Kadambas marked a turning point in the history of South India. They were the first dynasty to use Kannada, the language of the common people, in their administration and inscriptions. This not only helped in the spread of the language, but also gave a unique identity to the region and its people. The origins of the Kadambas are shrouded in mystery and legend. One popular theory suggests that they were Brahmins who transitioned into rulers. This theory is supported by the Kadamba inscriptions, which often refer to their lineage and their proficiency in Vedic learning. Mayurasharma, the founder of the dynasty, is said to have been a learned Brahmin who took up arms to protect his land and people. He is credited with laying the foundation of the Kadamba kingdom and establishing its capital at Banavasi, a strategic location in the Western Ghats. Another theory suggests that the Kadambas were of indigenous origin, possibly belonging to a forest-dwelling tribe. This theory draws support from the dynasty's name, Kadamba, which is believed to be derived from the Kadamba tree, a species native to the Western Ghats. Regardless of their origins, the Kadambas quickly rose to prominence through a combination of military skill, political acumen, and patronage of art and culture. They established a strong and prosperous kingdom that lasted for over 2 centuries, leaving behind a rich legacy that continues to inspire and intrigue historians today. The rise of the Kadambas to power was swift and decisive. Mayurasharma, fueled by ambition and a desire to protect his homeland, challenged the authority of the Pallavas, who were then a dominant power in the region. He emerged victorious in a series of battles, establishing the Kadambas as a force to be reckoned with. Under Mayurasharma and his successors, the Kadamba kingdom expanded rapidly. They conquered vast territories in present-day Karnataka and Goa, establishing a firm grip over the region. The Kadambas were known for their military prowess, which was based on a well-trained army and a strategic use of the terrain. The Kadambas were not just skilled warriors, but also shrewd administrators. They established a centralized system of governance with the king at the apex, assisted by a council of ministers. They also implemented a revenue system based on land productivity, which ensured a steady flow of income to the royal treasury. The Kadambas were great patrons of art, architecture, and literature. They encouraged the use of Kannada in administration and literature, which led to the flourishing of Kannada culture. They also built numerous temples and monuments, showcasing their architectural skills and religious beliefs. The Kadamba period is considered a golden age in the history of Karnataka. Section 4. Life under the Kadambas. A glimpse into the past. Life under the Kadambas was prosperous and vibrant. The kingdom's strategic location along trade routes facilitated commerce and cultural exchange. Agriculture flourished, supported by a network of irrigation canals and tanks. The Kadambas, recognizing the importance of trade, maintained a strong navy that protected their coastal territories and facilitated maritime trade. The Kadamba rulers were great patrons of art and architecture. They commissioned the construction of magnificent temples, many of which are still standing today, a testament to their architectural prowess. The Kadamba style of architecture, characterized by its simplicity, elegance, and use of locally available materials, had a profound influence on the architectural styles of later dynasties. Education and literature also flourished under the Kadambas. They established numerous centers of learning, attracting scholars and students from far and wide. The Kadambas encouraged the use of Kannada in administration and literature, which led to the emergence of a rich and vibrant Kannada literary tradition. The Kadambas were tolerant rulers who respected all religions. While they were themselves Hindus, they granted patronage to Buddhism and Jainism as well. This religious harmony contributed to the overall peace and prosperity of the kingdom. Section 5. The waning of the Kadambas, internal strife and external pressure. The Kadamba Dynasty, after a glorious reign of over 2 centuries, began to decline in the 6th century CE. Several factors contributed to their downfall, including internal strife and external pressure from ambitious neighbors. Internal conflicts within the royal family over succession and territorial control weakened the kingdom. Feudatories, sensing the Kadambas' vulnerability, started asserting their independence, further fragmenting the empire. Adding to their woes, the Kadambas faced renewed aggression from their neighbors. The Chalukyas, a powerful dynasty from the north, were expanding their territories southwards and saw the Kadambas as a major obstacle. The Chalukyas, under their ambitious ruler Pulakeshin II, launched a series of military campaigns against the Kadambas, gradually chipping away at their territory. Despite their valiant efforts to defend their kingdom, the Kadambas eventually succumbed to the combined might of internal strife and external pressure. The Chalukyas annexed a significant portion of the Kadamba kingdom, reducing them to a vassal state. Although the Kadambas continued to rule as vassals for several centuries, their glory days were over. Their story serves as a reminder that even the mightiest of empires are not immune to the forces of history. Section 6. The legacy of the Kadambas, an enduring mark on Karnataka. Despite their eventual decline, the Kadambas left behind a rich and enduring legacy, particularly in present-day Karnataka. They are remembered as the pioneers of Kannada culture and identity, laying the groundwork for the development of the Kannada language, literature, and architecture. The Kadambas were the first dynasty to use Kannada as the official language of administration. This decision had a profound impact on the cultural landscape of the region. It not only helped in the spread of the language, but also fostered a sense of unity and identity among the people. The Kadambas were great patrons of art and architecture. They developed a unique style of architecture known as the Kadamba architecture, which is characterized by its simplicity, elegance, and use of locally available materials. The Kadamba temples, with their intricate carvings and majestic towers, continue to inspire awe and wonder even today. The Kadambas also made significant contributions to literature. They encouraged the use of Kannada in literature, which led to the emergence of a rich and vibrant Kannada literary tradition. The Kadamba period is considered a golden age in the history of Kannada literature. The legacy of the Kadambas is not confined to history books and ancient ruins. Their contributions continue to shape the cultural identity of Karnataka even today. Their story serves as a reminder of the region's rich and glorious past and inspires future generations to preserve and promote their cultural heritage. Section 7. Conclusion. Unraveling the tapestry of history. The Kadamba dynasty, though relatively short-lived, played a pivotal role in shaping the political and cultural landscape of South India. They left an indelible mark on the region, particularly in present-day Karnataka, where their legacy continues to inspire and intrigue. As we have explored in this essay, the Kadambas were not just valiant warriors, but also shrewd administrators, skilled architects, and patrons of art and literature. They laid the foundation for a strong and prosperous kingdom, fostered a unique cultural identity, and left behind a legacy that continues to resonate even today. Their story serves as a reminder that history is not just a collection of names and dates, but a tapestry woven with the threads of human ambition, resilience, creativity, and the enduring power of culture. It is our responsibility to unravel this tapestry, to learn from the past, and to use these lessons to shape a better future. So let us continue to explore, to question, and to learn from the fascinating story of the Kadambas, a story that is intricately woven into the fabric of Indian history. The Kadamba dynasty may not be as famous as the Mauryas or Guptas, but their impact on South India is undeniable. Understanding them is key for anyone studying Indian history or preparing for UPSC. Do you think the Kadamba dynasty deserves more recognition? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe to Crazy Color Facts for more cinematic history. Deep dives, like and share if you found this useful.